Hi everybody, it's Brenda with Bubs and Scrubs, and I wanted to show you my most recent soap. It's for Halloween, and what I did with some of these soaps, this is kind of one of my first iterations on one of my holiday soaps. Actually, you know what, it's my second. I showed you my first on another video, which was that Scream Face, and I'm working up a name for that one. I still don't know what I'm going to call it, but I had some great suggestions from friends. So we'll see what that is. That's a reminder from the my normal work week that I don't need today. So this other soap I drew on paper, and I'm going to give you a preview of it. And this was my first time making this soap, so you know, I had a little challenge with it. But this is, I hope you can see it, and unfortunately I can't check this until after the fact. But this is my Graveyard Smash soap, and I put lots of fun stuff on it, which is something I don't always do. I tend to keep my soaps kind of botanical and natural looking, so this is the opposite, and this is a lot of fun to do. So that's this. I hope you can see it okay. Cutting it's going to be the challenge of the day, so we'll see how that works out. What happened was this. I knew there was a chance it would set up fast, and of course it did. So, you know, I made the embeds ahead of time. You know, I poured this layer, and it was fine. It did give me some time to work with. It riced a little bit, which is okay. And then this firmed up on me really fast. So, you know, next time around, I think I probably would not fragrance the top, but it's okay. It has a really neat smell, which I think fits the look of this. I used dragon's blood fragrance mixed with a couple other fragrances, so it's a fresh but still kind of, how do I describe dragon's blood? I need some help describing that one. It reminds me of incense a lot, and incense I know comes in lots of different scents, but that's what I do think of when I smell dragon's blood. So I'm going to try to slice this. These aren't all going to be the same cut, so wish me luck on this one. Because the green set up so fast, it was pretty solid. I just, you know, of course I started rushing. And I was just jamming. Oh, you know what? Okay, it's going to be okay. I was jamming the pieces in. This is going to be a challenge. So this is what it looks like on the inside. So you can see the earth, and it looks like dirt, which is cool. I put a bunch of stuff in there and it got lumpy, which was part of the effect I was going for. And then I got a little creative in the moment and added little bones in there. They're actually the little bone candies, so it's just, you know, kind of pressed sugar, so it's not a big deal. And you can see the little bugs and glitter on top, and the skull and the tombstone. The tombstones I hand carved. I wouldn't put in those little bone things again. I really wanted something in that brown layer, and I didn't have anything else really handy. So I don't want to say desperate, but I guess I felt like I got to put something in there, and so I went with that. You know, I'm really hoping. I'm going really slow because I don't want those candies to break my wire, or I'll be really upset. Look at that! Isn't that awesome? I think that looks great. It looks just like earth in a dark, spooky cemetery. So I love these. These came out great. I'm so happy. I hope you guys like them too. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn this and give my wire a break. The only problem is I kind of need it on top so I can see where it's going to hit. This is always fun. These are going to be slightly different in size, but all about 1 inch, I'd say. So, not everything's perfectly aligned. I did put markers on the mold when I did it, so there's a little bone. Check them out. Perfectly placed. There we go. So that would be a bone right there. It's just kind of smashed. So I'll clean these up. I'm always flicking other pieces of soap off of this while I'm doing it, but I just made this last night, and it's been less than 24 hours, so I had no problems taking it out of the mold though, because that fragrance giving me a hard time. So, because it firmed up so fast, I knew I wouldn't have a problem getting it out of the mold today. And part of it was, of course, me being impatient because I'm pretty anxious to see how it turned out. So here's another one. Oof, there we go. I like it a lot. I think they came out great. Ooh, there's another little bone. I like the little bones hanging out. That's so cool. I love that. So, I've never put these into a soap before though, so we'll see. In terms of usability, I don't think they'll really hurt anybody. They'll probably just get soft because it's sugar and then fall out. So it's not a big deal. But what I did for the brown was cocoa powder, amongst some other things, but mostly cocoa powder. That gave it that look. And so when you use it, it will turn your washcloth brown. So just be aware of that. Oh, interesting how it sliced it. Just be aware of that because you don't want to use your best white washcloth ever for this soap. Any soap that has cocoa powder does that, so I don't use cocoa normally in any of my soaps because it leaves a river of brown water in your bath, in your shower. And I was wondering what was going on in my shower, and then I finally put two and two together. I'm like, oh, it's that cocoa powder in that soap. So I'm kind of anti-cocoa powder. A lot of people use it because it's a natural colorant, which is, you know, a good thing about it. But I don't like the brown water. Who wants mud in their tub? But for this, I think it's fine. So it's interesting, as I'm cutting this, the wire's bending a little because the candies are pushing it, but it still looks nice and straight on my cutter, so I think I'm good. I'm not damaging anything. But like I said, if I were to do this again, I would only put soap on the inside and just keep the little candies on the top. Just leave it like that. So this last little end cut is for my daughter Taylor, who is in love with this soap. She loved it. She had so many nice little... Oh, look at that! Oh, I'll show you. I'm sorry, I'm looking at myself. So that's part of the skull face right here on this other bar that's sliced, and you'll see it. Wow, this looks nice. I have an extra little light here, so I'm hoping you guys can see it okay. And those are my homemade, handmade tombstones, which I'm really happy about. And look at this. She's gonna love this. Look at that. So this is for my youngest daughter. She's gonna love that. Look at the face. It's okay. Yeah, you can see the face. But that's what it'll look like. And as the bar wears down, you'll see the little skeleton face. Now that came out awesome. I'm gonna take a picture of that for the website. So she can't use it yet, but she'll get it. My other daughter, Madison, she'll probably want something too, so she'll get one of these bars. This was a lot of fun to make and to even think about. So I think for all the holidays, for the most part, the bars, the soaps that you'll see on my site will be, you know, mostly, you know, they'll be all natural, mostly made with essential oils. You know, there's kind of definitely a collection I'm going after when it comes to my kind of core soaps. But these are too fun. I gotta do these for the holiday. They're just way too fun. I don't want to miss out. It's just too much. So look at this. This one's good. And because I just made this last night, it's sticky, so it's sticking to my hands, and the soap is sticking to itself. It won't be that way by the time you guys get it. And what I'm going to do with these, I'll have some really nice, fancy Halloween packaging, wrapping that I need to come up with still. Whoa, this is going to be a big bar. Okay. I'm going to have to slice this tombstone a little bit, otherwise it'll be too huge. So, it is what it is. I guess that might break off a little bit. Okay, I'm going to move this candy, because if it breaks my cutter, I may have to, I may end up using foul language on my video here, which would not be good. Okay, let's give this a try. Candies. What's happening with some of these candies is they're pushing down into the soap. Again, not the end of the world, but see how it crumbled off? See right here, it pushed into the soap and crumbled off that edge. That's why it's called Graveyard Smash. There you go. So whatever. I'll clean that up. I need to let it firm up a little bit, and then I'll clean up the rough spots and the little bangs or whatever. So this tombstone here got cut a little bit, but he's alright. He'll be alright. So let's see. Alright, this guy too, I'm going to cut into this bone, but I think that's okay. Yeah, I'm going to cut into the bone. These bars are wider than my typical bar, so they're a little more narrow to compensate for that. But, and they were all, you know, kind of multi-step. This one got kind of banged up. Well, this one might be for Madison, if she doesn't mind. I kind of jacked up that one. Oh well. Guess that's going to happen. This loaf, this was the second loaf as I was making it, and you know, because I was panicking and putting all the embeds in really quickly because the soap was getting super solid on me, I ran out of the skull faces and the bones, or so I thought. I actually had a few more left on the other table where I was preparing them, and I forgot about them, so some of these only have tombstones. It's not the end of the world, but I was annoyed with myself afterwards because I did have extra, and I guess I lost track. Okay. Phew. I was holding my breath on that one. Okay. That's what this looks like. So I'd love to know what you guys think about it. I hope you guys like it. I watch other soap makers and what they do, and I find what they do really inspirational, and you know, I don't copy anyone though. That's one thing I'm not going to do. That's just foul. But there's lots of people that do, and honestly, I'm finding on the whole YouTube thing, and I do watch a lot of soap makers on YouTube, and I have my channel. I think a lot of people watch just to get their own ideas or get someone else's idea and copy them, which, you know, it is what it is, right? That's business. But that's not how I'm going to do business. Now, one thing I will say, these bones and these skull faces, almost everybody and their mother is using the same mold. So a lot of people have that same shape, and there's not much to be done about that. It's just, I think, if you're going to use the mold, what are you going to do with it, you know? So I think that's what it comes down to. So this last bar is posing a little bit of a challenge. I have a skull and I have a bone, and these are really close together. I could make this one big, chunky, super big bar, or I could cut it. What should I do? What should I do? Let's see. Let's see where the wire will hit. I may just leave it. You know what? I think I'll slice it. It'll be alright. I'm gonna have faith. Okay, the tombstone was a little thin, but I think we're fine on the skull face. And the wire survived. I would not do that again, though. I'm not gonna put that much candy stuff on, or certainly not big pieces. So that's this piece, and my hands are really gunky right now. But hey, I'm just working with soap. It'll be easy to clean up. That's this side. I think this is great because this is not, it's supposed to look like this. It's a graveyard with skeleton bones and tombstones and moss and mold and bugs. It's supposed to look like this. So I think this is great. And I'll give this will be the one for my other daughter, I guess. If she, I don't know, she can pick out what she wants, I guess. The sad thing is, I'm so stingy with my soap, with my own family. It's crazy. I guess because I don't have thousands and thousands of bars of soap, so I'm like, this is for customers. but certainly for this kind of soap, you know, they'll get first dibs. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me cut Graveyard Smash.